welcome back to my channel. Talk about the quad racer, the quad storm racing drone that I purchased, and how I got on with it. And I've got a video coming up very shortly showing how the flight I did today with it, which is pretty good. I've crashed this outside my house a couple of times, so I have gone through a few props. So let me just quickly show you an overview of this, and we can get to the video quickly. So this is what you get when you buy this. It's about £300 spent on it. So you get one quad, you get battery, you get a battery checker, and and also with this it comes with, if you plug this on the white cable, okay, which I'm doing on this one here, take this off. It acts as a battery checker, like so. Nope, wrong way up. So you can see the voltage of the battery and the cells and stuff. And it does say if you mount this on the battery, on the quad as well, when you're flying, it will also give you a bleeping sound, which is quite a large bleeping sound, to tell you when to stop flying because the battery's going flat. Because obviously you can't drain these completely down, you end up ruin them or knackering them. So this will give you a pre-warning. It's all programmed in there. You can program this up yourself to do other things as well, but it all comes out the box like this, so it comes with it. So this will tell you your cell levels and battery levels. So it's a good way of checking the battery to make sure they are charged. And also when you're flying, it will pre-warn you when the battery is going to go flat to land it and change battery. So it's quite useful. Get a single battery, as I say, with the quad. It comes with a few pairs of props, which are these. They're all black. You get 2 sets of 4s and 2 spares. I've churned a lot of mine up because obviously I didn't actually pay much attention to this and go careful, and I crashed it a few times. But obviously I only tore the props off basically. In the manual, comes with a manual, explains a few bits, but the things it doesn't explain in the manual is which blades go on which props. So make a note of these labels on here. Okay, so on the end of these props here, they will tell you which prop goes on what. So if I just go and do that quickly, I can show you, explain to you what I mean. On the props, there's 2 props. They got numbers written on one of the blade ends here, and they're different numbers. You've got 2 different numbers. You've got 5330 and you've got 5330R. Okay, so the R's goes on the black nuts, and the 5330 goes on the silver nuts. Okay, and on the little cardboard cutouts that come off the props show you that which numbers at the top here. You've got the number there, and you've got a number there. Tells you which props go on to which prop motors. So make sure you make a note to this, and they're very diagonally away from each other. I'm actually going to mark the 53Rs on the side here, so I know which ones they go on, because then the opposite go around. Because I did unpack these, and I ended up putting all 5330s only on this, and it wouldn't take off at all because I didn't actually read these. So these will actually tell you, make sure I put the right prop numbers on there, so they're marked up on the blades. Very faint, very hard to see. You can't show it on the video because it's all black, but they're engraved on there saying which numbers they are. I did buy some green ones, extra ones as spares. You can buy them in black or green, the spares, and they're also written on there as well, so you know which one's going which. When we get the right way around, it's going to fly. Okay, so and your nuts are only gone one way around anyway, I think. Just double check. Yeah, so the silver nuts won't screw on the black motor, on the black nutters. They only go on their own motors, which is a good thing. So you know you got it on the right ones then. So put these back on so I don't lose them. Comes with the FPV camera at the front. Comes with the transmitter, so you can transmit it back to goggles or an FPV monitor. You've got a flight controller unit here. This is open source, so it's free. The flight controller is about £30 to replace. So if you are thinking of building and customizing one of these, everything's cheap on this. Even down to, I mean, I picked up one of these FPV senders, and about a tenner I think it was. Wasn't very much on eBay, These you can buy these from various places. You can even buy it from the open source site, which I'll put a link below for you guys. How much they are, about £30 or £40, depending on where you buy it from. And it's all open source. They're always developing new tricks and stuff on there it can do, and it's available by firmware upgrade as well. It comes with a USB cable, so you can plug her into there and upload the latest firmware onto it. It's not GPS enabled, so it is purely manual flying. So if you've never flown one of these before, it is a completely different ball game. So I will take it easy. So you have to maintain altitude and speed all the time. You take your fingers off of this, it will fall out of the sky, basically. So batteries, you can buy these batteries singly, or in packs of 3 or packs of 5. For a pack of 5 of these, it's about £80, so it's equivalent to one Phantom battery. So you can get 5 batteries to these. You can get a case for this as well, probably about 40-50 quid. You can even buy one of these extras as well, they're not very expensive. Again, I'll put a link on my website with all the accessories that go with this. Comes with a nice tool to remove your props and tighten your props, which is quite nice. That's quite a nice bit of tool. It's not a cheap tool, it's quite nicely made. So you get one of them as well, basically. You get a CD, if it's CD, but it's not the Flight Controller CD because it's an open source. You would have to download that from the actual website itself, which is quite nice. Shows how to auto-calibrate and it shows how to calibrate it and recalibrate your remote control. So if you've got a favourite remote control, you can actually program that one up as well. This one, it comes with it, so it's a nice heavy duty one, and it's quite nice. It comes with AA batteries in the back, in a pack. You can remove the pack and replace it with a LiPo pack instead. So everything's LiPo rechargeable. I always go through a lot of AA batteries as well. Got some nice bright LEDs on this, so you can actually fly this at night if you wanted to. So that's it, initializing. So it's very simple. Plug in, wait for it initializes, and you're ready to fly. Simple. There's no custom calibration technique because it's got no GPS. So red lights at the back, blue LEDs at the front, so you know which way you're flying, and it's quite impressive. Quite nice. The flight controller it comes with is this a CC3D Flight Controller. So if you Google it, you'll see where you can get all the software from it anyway. Storm kind of 11.1 volt batteries, 50 milliamp batteries. You got the Storm FPV camera. I'm not sure the quality of the camera yet because I haven't tried it out, so I'm going to look at getting some goggles once I get to fly this and get used to flying it first. And other things, you can get goggles, you can get the FPV monitor for it with monitor stands, or you can have it actually mounted off your remote controller as well. So that's basically it. I mean, I bought 30 pairs of these for about £40 because they reckon 30 pairs is a recommended amount you'll go through when you start racing these. So every time you have a race meeting, that's how much props you'll go through on that side. So because I've gone through a lot of my black props, I bought a pack of these anyway. So that's mainly what the overall of it, and as you can see, it's quite nifty and built quite nicely as well. So I'll get some photographs of this, put up on the website, and get some close-up shots as well for you. So as for now, check the video out I did today, and see what you think. Do a flight today. I'm at the Winnersham Park, where I normally practice flying my quads. So I've got the Quad Storm Racer, so I thought I'd give that a spin. It's nothing like the Phantom. It has no GPS, so I'm going to have to maintain speed and altitude to keep it in the air. So there's a lot to focus on there. So I'll give it a practice run. So it's my first time flying. So if I crash, I crash. If I don't. I've got plenty of props. And again, this is all repairable stuff anyway. So this, it has FPV on it, but I've not got the goggles yet. I'm not going to purchase the goggles until I get good practice with flying this first manually, because this is going to be completely different to a Phantom. So with the Phantom, at least it stays hovering while you get ready to fly. It takes a lot of the flying experience away from you. But this is pure manual mode all the way, no help, no return home, literally purely down to my control. So we'll give it a go. So here's my Storm, she's all ready to go. So I'm just going to further get it all wound up and plugged in. So first thing I've got to do is on the remote, turn the remote on first, then we plug her on, and then wait for the flight controller to say that she's ready, and then we'll take it for first flight. So first of all, like we always do, check around on the field,
make sure there is nobody around or in distance, because this has been flying in manual mode, means I have control, but it's practicing. Because I'm first time flyer with manual modes, I may get into some pickle or crash, or forget that I'm coming down in the air and come too fast and I crash and don't hit anybody. And then we're checking up in the air to make sure there's no obstacles in the way, there's no over wires, cables hanging up in the air, so we have plenty of space in the air. So let's get all wound up, and because there's no GPS, there's no calibration needs to be doing. It's literally power on, plug her in, and it's ready to go. So I've only got one pair of hands at the moment, so we're going to I'm going to connect her up, and then we'll go from there. There you go. So she's connected on. So the controller's on first, making sure the throttle stick is down in down position. Make sure my battery's okay. All lights are on there. Now you see the flight controller in here. It's steady now, so base tells me she's ready to go. And to arm this, I have to push the stick down in the corner here and bring it up. I don't bring it back to here, this position. I bring it up a little bit back to this position, otherwise she ends up kicking off. So it's a little bit different to flying. So make sure all my buttons are on the up position, and she's ready to race, or ready to go fly anyway. So let's give her a go. Right, this is nerve-wracking. So get away from her for a bit. So let's arm her up. There you go, she's ready to fly. So, whoa, let's see what I can get her in the air. Get up in the air. Alright, go forward a little bit, give me a bit of space. It's not too bad. Bring it down a little bit. Not too much. Oh, that needs getting a bit used to. So I have to keep maintaining speed. Keep her in front of me. Not going to twist her around, just going to get used to forward and backwards, and maintaining the keep maintaining power, because if I take my finger off the stick, she's going to fall out. So it's literally practicing keeping her in the air, which is not as bad as I thought. She's very stable. We've got no GPS, so all this round is me doing it. There's no GPS on this, so it's purely me flying. I'll bring it down a little bit. That's it. That's the bit I'm going to find difficult. Keep applying power to keep her in the air, which is probably too much. Goes too high, so I've got to get that right position on the sticks. So again, it's first time, so it's getting used to forward, backwards, because she will fly really fast, because she's really quick. As you can see, she's really quick. So ease off the sticks. See, I'm turning too much. So I'm keeping control of her pretty well. I did actually do this outside my house very quickly, just to get her up in the air, just to test it on a couple of test runs I did, and I crashed it every single time. I didn't get any of this. So this is my perfect sort of go. Right, let's see if I can land her without crashing her, because this is no catch and land jobby. It's going to be pure landing on the ground. Ah, there we go. How's that for a perfect landing? So that's not bad. She's very, very stable. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than I thought. So let's get her back up in the air and see how we get on. So armour again, back in the middle. Oh, armour, a couple of seconds. There we go, back up in the air. Oh, I've twisted her a bit. No good. Get around. See, manual mode is finding very difficult to fly. It is focusing, keeping the speed up and keeping the control of her and not putting too much pressure on the stick. Let's take her forward a bit. See, she's really fast. That's not even put on full throttle. Oh, coming down too fast. Oh, so it's just keeping. It's actually getting used to sticks, because when you put too much pressure on the speed going upwards, you end up twisting it around. Last thing I want to do is get the front end looking at me, because then I'm going to get orientation confused, which is really easy to do. So, right, she's losing battery power now because I haven't had a full charge on this battery, so I can tell that because I'm adding more throttle and she's still this sort of high. So we're bring her down. With these are quite robust. You can actually land it quite hard because it's very sturdy, and on that, I don't want to hit it too hard because you can actually obviously break stuff, but you can hit it quite hard. You can actually drop it from there onto the ground. It should be quite stable, so you don't have to sort of get right to the ground and level down basically. So but I'm finding at the moment is when you're keeping the power up, my fingers tend to sort of go, doesn't keep the middle position, so I end up getting a bit of twist going in it like this. And the last thing I wanted to do is twist around so it faces me, because then that's when you get confused with orientation. So I get used to her. I've got to keep it level, keep the front in the front, the bum at the back, so I can learn this and keep learning the up and down and keeping it stable, so it comes very natural to me. Once it comes natural to me, then I can start doing tricks like flying really fast and things like that. So once I got this going off to a T, and I feel more confident in flying her, then I will get the goggles for this, and then I'll be able to then fly by FPV, and we'll use this field as a testing field for it. So I'm going to change the battery because I've got another battery on me. I'm going to give it another go up in the air and go from there. I know it's getting a bit cold on my fingers, so well, actually I might give it a bit of a skip because my fingers are getting really cold. When my fingers are getting cold, it's getting very hard to keep the throttle stick central, because my fingers are getting cold and you end up feeling like you're doing that and it ends up twisting. So when you're doing this first time out, make sure you keep front in front, back at back, basically keep it in front of you all the time. Don't get too cocky with it, because obviously you can break, you know, and you end up wandering off. The last thing you'll do is cause accidents with other people, and there is other people coming on the field now, they're walking their dogs. So practice keeping the throttle up so she stays level all times with you, so you can keep the altitude up and down and stuff. So I'll practice going more up higher than coming down, and because obviously coming down is a lot more difficult because you've got to keep control of the speed, keep the speed up just so it doesn't come down too fast. And then so practice just going left and right, forward and backwards, get used to those. Then as that comes very natural, and you're finding that you're balancing the stick throttle and going up and down fine without no problems on it, then obviously then we can start looking at doing a bit of speed racing and things like that. So I'm going to do a few more of these in the next couple of days, and I'll do some videos on this, and you can keep watching and go from there. I'll do an overview of this because obviously I talk about the blades and bits and pieces on it. So if you guys want to buy one of these, then obviously this is a good idea. I like the Storm, it's nice, good starter model basically, very robust, very tough, and I like it. So I'm going to keep going more on this. I'm going to get some goggles a bit later on, so get a bit more practice under the belt, and we should then have some fun. That was a really nice flight I just did. It's getting a bit cold now on the fingers, so it's a bit more harder keeping the sticks in the position I want them to keep them in and stuff. So I got some really good flight out of it, and had a quite a good time. Battery's running a bit low now, so there's people coming on the field with dogs and stuff. So I'm just going to tie it up, take it back now, and we'll get out in the next couple of days when the weather's a bit more warmer. All right, so we'll keep posting these videos up. But it's a great piece of kit. Storm's the way to go. Nice bit of robust kit. We'll do an overview of that a bit later on.